Today I'm going to show you what's growing on your rice if you leave it out. Now I tried this experiment before, but I didn't stir the rice the first couple of days, and so we didn't really find any bacteria. So I'm redoing the experiment with stirring every day. For this experiment, I ended up buying a brand new rice cooker. And just like the last experiment, when preparing the rice, I only rinsed it one time. Now if you're curious if washing rice reduces the amount of bacteria, I'll be doing that in a future video. Alright, let's cook this rice and test it in 24 hours.
1 day later.
Alright, this is day 1 of testing the rice. To clarify a couple things, I'm running this experiment to show you what happens when you do this under the best of conditions, which means you should expect your rice to be much worse if you were to do this. And now I'm going to stir the rice with a sterile tongue depressor for about a minute. This is to spread the bacteria in the rice pot, if any exist. Now we can test this. The testing process is very straightforward. I'm going to take some of this rice and put it in some sterile liquid. I then mix it thoroughly so that the bacteria is now in the liquid. And then I place some of that liquid onto a petri dish. And now if there's any bacteria, it's in the perfect environment to grow. So let's go see what might grow. For day 1, we had no detected bacteria, which means the bacteria needs more time to grow. For day 2, I'm going to stir the rice again before testing. And I can already tell there's going to be bacteria because I'm starting to see some off-color rice. From experience, I know that Bacillus cereus will turn the rice a brownish color. So let's get this rice prepared for a test, throw it on a petri dish to see what might grow. And as you can see, we've got a lot of bacteria. Unfortunately, I didn't know what to expect, so I only tested 2 dilutions. However, from these 2 dilutions, we can already determine that there's more than 25,000 bacteria per 10 grams of rice, which is already a sufficient amount to give you food poisoning. Now it's day 3, and I have a pretty good idea of how much bacteria to expect. I plan on going up to the 4th dilution, and hopefully that's enough. Because if you look at this rice, it pretty much looks fine. Using the sniff test, I can barely tell that there's anything off with this rice. Regardless, let's go throw this on a plate and see what might grow. Wow, this bacteria has the most amazing shape. And based on the amount of growth that we see here, if you were to eat this rice, you'd be eating about 2 million bacteria per bite, which means your rice is going to be much, much worse. And here are my controls that I ran for this experiment, and they were both clean.